let's find out what it is as we go into Game 1 of the Hearthstone Global Games. Czech Republic with Pokrovac presenting them for the first game, and then Chalk representing Philippines. And it is going to be the double quest. Quest off. Okay, so it's going to be the Quest Rogue from Pokrovac versus the Quest Warrior from Chalk.
So it's pretty iconic. The first game for Hearthstone Global Games will actually include two classes that use the Quest. Both are considered very strong top-tier decks. Both the Quest Rogue, the Caverns Below, and the Fireplume's Heart have a really powerful effect. For the people who don't know how quests are working, the quest card always appears in your opening hand. It costs 1 mana and kind of acts like a secret, but you have to do what the quest wants, right? In this case, the Fireplume needs to be played like 7 taunt minions. You get a weapon that gives you a new hero power, which is the new win condition for the deck. For the Rogue, though, it's pretty unique.
Yeah, so for the Rogue, you have to play a minion with the same name 4 times in a game. And once that is live, and you do this with things like Shadow Step, right? You can only play a 2 of in the deck, but you can Shadow Step, you can duplicate the minions. And what this does is actually, once you've played the quest, the reward, it makes every single minion you play from there on a 5/5, which is absolutely insane when you have a lot of charged minions that cost 1 mana, which is the main goal. So we can see the quests are live for both players here. And, you know, this is definitely going to be a tough one. And even just experience with these decks is going to be in question here because, you know, I've played a lot of Hearthstone since the rotation, a hell of a lot of Hearthstone. I have not covered every single deck that I can think of yet, not even close. Definitely. So, you know, looking at the opening hands here, though, 2 Ravaging Ghouls and the Acolyte, along with Sleep with the Fishes, means that the Control Warrior here actually has a good way to just completely destroy anything that's even left on the board by the Rogue and try and, strangely enough, build a board presence, because versus Quest Rogue, they normally take their time and then explode onto the board after turn 5 when they've got the quest off, and then start piling on all the pressures. So Chalk and then Team Philippines need to really apply pressure of their own early on, which is kind of difficult-ish to do as the Taunt Warrior, but with this kind of opening hand, it is doable.
That's true, because the Ravaging Ghoul actually presents a lot of attack. When you
it's just a dude,
When you compare it to other minions that you have in the deck, like an example, the new Tar creatures, right? All those Tar creatures have a really weak attack line. During your turn, it's just 1 attack. They go into a defensive mode during your opponent's turn, so they're better just at defending, of course. But at the same time, you can apply that pressure, and in this matchup, it's particularly important to just kill the Rogue before he's able to pull off his quest. But now let's look at the Pokrovac's Czech's Republic hand, and it doesn't look great, because the thing that you want to do the most is you want to cycle through the deck as soon as possible. So you use cards like Novice Engineer, an example, bounce the card back, get more cards in between.
I mean, they can do the quest on turn 4 here, which is definitely a help. They can, because they've got double deck hands. Normally, you're actually bouncing 1 minion again and again and again. You have to wait for the activators. Here, there's double deck hand. The quest is already procced for 2 now. And, you know, that means that with these Shadow Steps, there's 4 already. You can just double Shadow Step, they become 0 mana.
Crazy, man.
You can set it off and be ready for turn 5. Sorry, even on turn 4.
And you can play both.
Yeah.
You can play both next turn.
And with turn 4, you can coin out the quest reward as well.
That's crazy. We are looking at turn 4, 3/5/5 minions if Chalk will not kill the patches this turn. So that's actually an amazing turn. You can see why, in this case, there's a Dirty Rat in this deck. Because it just applies insane possibility of just denying the quest.
Well, he just killed a 5/5 for a start as well. You know, like, he just killed a potential 5/5, which is absolutely huge here.
A little bit too late, but still, it's a good play.
Sorry. Pokrovac is eating a banana, so he really takes after Stan here. Well, he just likes to eat all the fruit in the world.
Stan has also bananas.
Yeah, I mean, this is just Team Czech. They eat very healthy when they play. I like it. You can't really argue with that. But taking out that deckhand does change a few things, as you said, because now it means that the quest isn't proccable, and the power of the Dirty Rat really coming in. And now Chalk is going to apply some pressure himself.
Dirty Rat went high up in the value. Like, the stocks of Dirty Rat just went sky high.
Yeah,
in
that's
demand.
insane. To think that that turn there could have been the 2 5/5s on the board plus whatever was drawn after that.
Yeah.
So that's absolutely huge. There is a Vanish in this deck as well, which might look a bit strange, but one, it can help with bouncing the minions. For a start, you bounce your own stuff back to your hand, but also you can just vanish away your opponent's like high mana cost taunts, for example, and then just replay your 1 and 2 mana cards that are 5/5s after the quest. So you can get so much tempo from this.
It's definitely an insanely powerful card in this particular matchup because, as you said, the high-cost minions are not easily replaced on the board again. It doesn't really matter for Pokrovac that the minions will get replayed and will just get additional points for the quest for the warrior, because it's not about that in the matchup. Like, if you just can swarm the board with the 5/5s, you will overpower the warrior because he will not have enough of removal, but every single taunt warrior I have seen in the past days is running double brawls. Although this version is running Sleep with the Fishes.
Yeah, so one of the, I think, Show, I don't know if he still is, but the other day was ranked 1 with Warrior, and Sleep with the Fishes is one of the ways he was using to deal with a wide board, you know, like Shaman, for example, one of the classes that can be a problem there. And even, you know, even Rogue, actually, because if they're 5 health, you can maybe do a couple of Whirlwind effects and Sleep with the Fishes, or 2 Sleep with the Fishes just to clear the board.
2 Whirlwind effects, that's a lot of, well,
just run the 2 Sleep with the Fishes and 1 Whirlwind effect. Seems good.
Whew. Still 3 cards, right? It's not easy.
Yeah, it clears the Rogue board, though.
Yeah, but you can just brawl and clear everything up out of 1.
Sure.
I'm definitely interested which like flex spots are being changed in those decks, and this is something amazing about this metagame, because every single deck, every single archetype has actually multiple ways of building. Like, some people don't play Dirty Rat in the Taunt Warriors.
A lot of people don't play Shield Slam for a start.
That is
You know.
true. Yeah.
One of the ways you can build Taunt Warrior that's is very popular at the moment is actually just a lot of Taunt minions and then some harder removal like Execute. So you don't run normally like Shield Block and Slam. We've seen Battle Rage as well, for example, be used for card draw instead of Shield Blocks. Do you see the Vanish come into play though?
Vanish has to be played just to proc the quest now, and well, it's not great for Pokrovac to see the Dirty Rat being bounced, because that will bring out another creature from his hand without value.
Yeah, but it'll be a 5/5, which is a reasonable bonus.
Unless it will die, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you just bounce a ghoul to your opponent's hand while you have a 2/1 minion on board. So you practically, what Czech Republic did is they sacrificed the 2/1 minion that they have on board just because they did the Vanish to make the quest. So this will cost them dearly.
Yeah, this is rough as well, because as we can see in Pokrovac's hand, there's the Crystal Core, which is the quest reward. You can tell by like the spell style with a dragon on the top. It's like a legendary card. But we can see that there's no other minions. So great, you can proc the quest.
Well,
You have no minions to play.
That also gives Chalk a lot of informations. Like, he knows one card is quest, right? The other card might be a prep, eviscerate, backstab, maybe fan of knives. What else? They saw 1 vanish. I don't think they will assume there's a second vanish in the deck.
Yeah, I think 2's a bit heavy.
Yeah.
But who knows, Lothar? Who knows? Can see Crystal Core proc now, and the Glacial Shard's going to come down. Another new minion, 1 mana 2/1 that actually has the opportunity to freeze an enemy face or minion. You know, going to be a 5/5 though, because the quest is now live. Just as Chalk's going into the 4th taunt minion for his quest, so he's just 3 taunt minions away from being able to deal with this, and already this is looking a little bit grim for the Czech Republic here, and Pokrovac is. This is, you know, even with 5 attack minions, how do you get through all of this? We see the Diahon there, the 3/6 taunt Death Rattle add a 6/9 taunt to your deck, I believe.
Yes.
So you know, there's more where that came from basically. And Stonehill Defender in hand for Chalk, one of my favorite cards from the expansion. Discover a taunt minion. It's a 3 mana 1/4 taunt itself. So many roadblocks in the way here for the Rogue.
Look at that. They actually play Wisp.
Yeah.
So, when you think about it, this deck actually activated a lot of basic cards that didn't see play at all, like Wisp, like Stone Taskball, right? We have seen Stone Taskball being played maybe in the beginning of the Hearthstone competitive scene when it was like a one-off in a mid-range, in a Hunter deck, because it's just a charge minion that could have been played also with the Huntmaster. Some people tried that, but in general, it wasn't very powerful.
Just saw it from Peddler.
And
now Peddler's gone?
But
Okay.
in this case, this is like a complete new deck archetype. It's pretty cool, but it's pretty powerful. But we have seen in this game, Philippines just hard countered the Quest Rogue archetype.
Yeah, this has gone extremely well, all for the payoff of that dirty rat early on. And Giant Mastodon looks reasonable to me, actually, because
Well,
at the end of the day, it kills 2 minions and has to soak up 2
for
minions
9
back.
mana. Although,
I'm okay with that if I'm Chalk,
Yeah.
though.
yeah, that's true, but will you even have the chance to play it? Your opponent's at 18. They have no way of healing. They have no way of taunting up unless they...
Okay, let's be realistic. You can probably pick Gold Check Filament at this point and still be feeling pretty good about
I'll
life.
be okay with Faceless Shambler, just copy your 3-5, the Hatchling.
So what you're saying is you don't like Mastodons.
I like it. I mean, it's a year of the Mastodon.
See, there we go. See, Chuck fitting with the theme.
Another Stonehill Defender. Psychotron. Well, everything here is just very powerful. Did he?
You can see the theme of the quest, guys.
Oh, man.
Oh, did he miss attacks?
He actually missed 7 damage.
Wow. Okay, so...
I mean, it probably will not change that much.
No, but that is not a slip-up you want to make.
Yes, you definitely don't want to make that mistake again. Fortunately for him, this game seems like over anyway, but let's imagine if that
But
happened.
it gives an opening. It still gives it,
Yeah.
that more of a chance for Czech Republic and Pokrovac to actually come back into the game, and that is worrying. And as we said, 4 people in the same room talking about Hearthstone when you're trying to make decisions. There was a lot of time spent on that Giant Mastodon pick, and that's what I was saying. Came down to the rope. Oh, I forgot to attack. That's a problem.
With 3 minions.
Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Primordial Drake being drawn now for Chalk, and absolutely, very impactful. This was the sleeper card for me.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I did not think it was going to be, 1, as useful as it is, and 2, as common in multiple decks as it is. It's a 4/8 Taunt Dragon that deals 2 damage to the whole board. Look at this. It's absolutely insane. And that, my friend, is going to proc the Fire Plume's Heart quest, which is going to give the warrior form of Chalk
The weapon of Ragnaros.
Hand of Ragnaros. And what this does is a 4/2 weapon for 3 mana, as you can see, and it changes your hero power to 2 mana, deal 8 damage to a random target. You may remember such effects from such cards as Ragnaros.
Which is now in the Hall of Fame in this game, so we won't be able to see him in any decks in Standard, but at the same time, well, now we have this.
Well, we stole his hammer and sent him to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Seems fine to me. And, everything seems to be going Philippines' way here. The 2 minions, even the Frothing Berserker, probably isn't enough to get the job done. Like I said, just that Mastodon, although 9 mana, you just drop it. It's a 6/10. What is Pokrovac going to do to get through that if he chooses to go down that route? So Fioris is definitely an option. And boom, here we go. No need for armor anymore. Let's just hit them for 8.
Well, it's a removal for 2 mana, or just you win the game this turn, right? So I guess that's very good.
Die, Insect. There
Hits
goes one.
the 1/1. I mean, it's not a 1/1 anymore, but
It's the 1 mana card. Yeah, this is... At this point, yeah, even just tanking the damage, that's fine. Doesn't matter.
no fear.
More taunts where that came from, as Psychotron is going to get dropped down. The power of Stonehill Defender there, it was a speed bump. It actually helped trade with the Frothing Berserker. It gave him a Psychotron. Absolutely amazing card, especially in a deck that wants to play taunts. And young Brewmaster, look, you're a good guy. You're a nice panda. You've been in the set a while, and you found your place now. But it's not going to be enough, as Chalk takes the victory for the Philippines in the first game of this best-of-5 country
Historic
versus
moment.
country tournament. Yeah.
Historic moment, the first ever game of Hearthstone Global.